Okay, this outlet's all loose, and we're going to find the circuit breaker that turns this off. Alrighty, so we found the, see how that's all loose? So somebody used the wrong kind of a screw for the cover. So we have some sloppy connections here. I'm just going to verify our power is off here. That screw wasn't very tight. Now there's a fairly long piece of copper behind that one. Okay, so somebody wrapped some aluminum. Well, maybe not. Okay, we're going to cut a nice new tail out of this piece of 12-2 to go to our outlets. Okay, so we have our, that looks like it's a tinned copper. So we'll open this up. We'll get our other one in here. Okay, so we'll get our ground wires twisted together here. Clip them so all even on the end here. We'll use our red wire nut. Wire nut them all together. Now I'm not going to squeeze on this wire nut, I'm just going to turn it. They put a green screw in the box and bonded to the box, so it's grounded to the box. So we'll put our ground wire down here into the bottom, push it all into the back here, get it out of our way. There's our ground tail to go to all of our outlets. Okay, so we'll get our whites together here. Strip them back longer so I can cut off some of the extra that's chewed up on the end when I'm all done. So we'll get our insulation lined up here on the bottom. We'll get our twist started. I'm all twisted nice and evenly here. Cut it so even on the end. Now gotta make sure insulation goes up into the bottom of the wire nut. Just take a little more off there. Okay, all our insulation's even at the bottom and our copper's even on the end. Okay, and all the copper is going into, the insulation is going to go up into the bottom portion of this red wire nut. Make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, now we can fold this back into our box here. Get it all the way back out of the way there. Okay, so there's our white neutral wires. Now we'll get our black live wires here. Here in the country I was born in with a 12-2 MC cable or Romex, it's black and white. And black is live, white is neutral, and the bare or the green is the ground. With MC cable, green is ground. They don't use bare wire in the MC cable. You may find white live though in a switch loop or a 220 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. Put that off of there. Okay, we'll get our first two started. Bring our third one in, get our insulation even here at the bottom. Okay, our copper insulation is even at the bottom and our copper is even at the end. So I'll clip them so they're all even down on the bottom. Okay, our insulation's even up here and our copper's even down there. So we'll start putting our wire nut on. Okay, now we can put our black wires back into our box. These are hot wires. So we'll get them back out of the way here. Okay, this is a good outlet, so we're going to close the screws that we're not going to be using. Okay, so we'll start with our ground wire. We'll loop it around our green screw here like this. Make sure it's tight. Okay, so fold this. So we'll get our white wire on the silver screw over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a score here, and I'm going to come up here a bit and make a score up here. So I'm going to take my knife, okay, I'm going to make my loop so that it's even on both ends like that there. Get it around our screw. Come back a little bit with it. Bring it up so that they're even like that. Okay, I make sure I don't get the insulation pinched under the screw head, and I get the copper going around the screw all the way around. Make sure it's tight. And there's what we have there for our white. And now I'll do the same for our black wire. Cut it here, make a score, and I'll come up here. Store it there. Okay, we'll make our loop so that it's even on both sides here like that. So I'll bring this back just a little bit more, like that. Close our loop. Make sure our copper goes under the head all the way around. Make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, now we can put this outlet back into the wall here. Keep our ground wire down away from everything. Now, since this box is recessed a little bit, I'm going to have to shim it out some, so I'm going to go look for some washers. But if I don't find any, I'm going to praise God and be thankful that we don't have them. And I'll just make some shims with some pieces of wire. Well, I don't have any washers and I don't have any spacers, but you know what? I'm going to praise God and be thankful for what I have, because I do have a piece of wire, and I'm going to make a washer. I'm going to take my pliers like this, make a nice loop, go all the way around. It's a little bit too big, so I'm going to go back. Okay, that's going to work right there. Okay, I'm going to make another one here. I get a nice closed loop here. I'm just wondering if 2 will be enough to bring that up. I need a 3rd one. I want this outlet to be nice and tight on the box. That's going to be perfect right there. So if I can find the other screw, I'll do it with the other one. If not, I'll just go grab a screw off of another outlet. You know what? I'm not going to frustrate. And I found the screw. It's right here. Okay, I'm going to make another screw loop. Make another washer here to shim the bottom out. 1. Okay, so we have 3 to put in the bottom. so it fits flat. So I center it here. Tight. Nice and tight. Now it's nice and tight. We'll keep our ground wire down here on the bottom. Here in the country I was born in, our outlets are polarized. If you look at the front, you'll see the silver colored screw goes to the wider slot, the brass colored screw goes to the narrow slot, and the green screw is, of course, the ground, which is the U-shaped hole here. So this had a little paint on it, so I'm going to just scrape it off. This outlet isn't all that old. Because we're going to close the screws we're not using. Okay, I make a loop the direction our screw turns. Put white on the silver colored screw. Make sure we don't get the insulation under the screw head. Make sure it's tight. Put our ground wire on the green screw. Bring it down this way. So this way. You gotta put the wire around the screw the direction that the screw turns. Okay, got it nice and tight. Our copper is under the screw head all the way around. So I'll flip this around. Now we'll do our black on the brass colored screw here. I'm going to take a little more insulation off here. Make our loop the direction our screw turns. Okay, there we are. We got it hooked up right. Black is on the brass screw. Now we can push this back into our box. We'll keep our ground wire down here on the bottom so it stays away from everything. It doesn't touch anything we don't want to touch. And now we'll make our shims like we did on the other one. We'll make 3 loops so we can shim this out so it's nice and tight. They make spacers, but we don't have them. And you don't have them, you don't have them. But this will work. Okay, we'll make our loops again. We'll screw this in here. Top is tight. Make sure it's tight. It's tight. And feel up here. Make sure that I can't feel up there. So okay, that one's not hitting. That one's not hitting. Make sure the screws aren't hitting any of the wires. That one's not hitting. That one's not hitting. So we're going to have to get the right kind of screws. Put our cover back on here. Now this screw is the right size, but we're going to cut it short like this so that we don't break the back of the outlet out. Okay, our outlets are all nice and tight. And I'll get another screw and put that one in there off camera. Alrighty, that is how to properly connect outlets together in a double gang box here in the country I was born in. The black wire goes on the brass screw, which is live, and red and blue are also live colors. White goes on the silver screw, and the bare of the green wire goes on the green screw. The only wire color that's allowed to be used for a neutral is white or gray. Peace. Thanks for watching.